Hi guys, sorry I'm not here to see you today, but I'm having emergency eye surgery. I will be back to see you tomorrow. So this is our homepage. And as you can see, I'm having emergency eye surgery. So you need to be nice to the substitute and click on the link for the lesson. The link will be right here. It's not there yet because I'm making the video right now as I speak. So you do need to log into the Zoom meeting so that you can check in with the substitute and get credit for attendance. Then you will click on the link for the lesson. Okay, we are in week 14. If you click on Hedwig here, it will take you to the course module. And you can see week 14, December 7th to the 11th. Here is the agenda. And then here is today's warm-up, and here is today's homework. So if you click on the agenda, you will see that we have a warm-up today. Here are the pages from the book for the lesson. Here are the pages from the book for the homework, and these match the online Big Ideas homework assignment. Here are some anchor charts for this lesson. Remember, if we were in class, these would be posters up on the wall. But since we're not in class, they're here. So writing an equation from a graph, that's what we're doing today. And then we have another anchor chart. So linear functions, table, the intercepts, the graph, how to write the equation from a graph. So there it is. Okay, so we're going to come back, click on today's warm-up. Here it is. Yes, you do need to make a copy. And here we go. Make sure to move the arrow to however you're feeling today. And then try this exercise, daily intention. Take a moment to think about one thing you want to work on or accomplish today. Maybe your homework. Choose an intention that is specific, doable, and matters to you. Some ideas are doing something to take care of yourself, focusing on how you treat others, or trying something new or challenging. Set your intention by saying out loud or quietly to yourself, today I intend to blank, and fill in the blank with your intention. So what is your intention for today? And what can you do to work towards your intention? Here are some ideas. So you have the chance to read those and look at some of the ideas. The second page, Stella graphed each of the linear equations given below, but she made mistakes on each of her graphs. Use the typing tool to explain Stella's errors. So here, y equals 5, and this is the graph that she drew. So what is the error with the graph that she drew? First, I would say Stella drew the graph for x equals 5. The graph for y equals 5 should be horizontal and go through the point 0, 5. Okay, so this is the kind of information that we're looking for on these slides. Okay, so that's your warm-up. When you submit your warm-up, make sure you follow these directions and submit the warm-up using the Google Drive. Do not take screenshots of it. Submit the slide deck using your Google Drive, okay? And then Here is your homework for tonight. 6.3, example 1, big ideas homework Wednesday. It is online. Make sure you submit a screenshot from the reports tab of your results, okay? So with all of that, let's go ahead and get started with today's lesson. Okay, if you are in 7 Excel, we are working from the Advanced 2 textbook. And if you are in Math 8, we are working from the Course 3 textbook. We are doing lesson 6.3, example 1, and it can be found on page 258. So we've done this before. This is going to be review. The book will give us a graph that looks like this. They're giving us this graph, and they want us to write the linear function using this graph. So they want us to write the linear function using this graph. We've done this before. So we know linear equations and linear functions can be represented by y equals mx plus b. Y is y, m is our slope, b is the y-intercept. Okay, so x and y, this is your input, this is your input, this is your output, sorry. X is your input, y is your output. M is our slope, and B is our y-intercept. So first, to find our y-intercept, it is where does this line cross our y-axis? Well, right here. This line is going to cross the y-axis right here. When x is set to 0, y is -3. So our y-intercept is going to be -3. We know that. Now, we need to figure out the slope. And we know that the slope formula is the change in y over the change in x, which means y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. So I can pick any 2 points. I'm going to pick any 2 points. It doesn't matter which 2 points you use. So I'm going to pick this point and this point. Okay? So I have 0.43 and 0.20. And I'm going to label them x1, y1, x2, y2. And now I'm going to substitute these numbers into this formula. So y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. So 0 minus 3 is -3. 2 minus 4 is -2. A negative and a negative is positive. So my slope is going to be +3, 2. This is my slope. And I'm going to substitute it right here. +3 over 2. So now I bring down y equals 3 over 2x minus 3. This is my equation right here. Okay, so we just wrote the equation of this function using this graph. Okay, let's do another one. Okay. The book is going to give us this graph, and they want us to write the function of this linear function right here using this graph. So we know a linear function is represented by y equals mx plus b. And we know m is our slope and b is our y-intercept. So when we set x to 0, it crosses our y-axis right here. And that is -1. So our y-intercept is -1. Now we need to figure out the slope. And we know the slope is change in y over the change in x, which is y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. And I can pick any 2 points. I can pick any 2 points. So I'm going to pick this point first. And this point is -4, 1. This point is -2, 0. So these are the 2 points I'm going to use. I have -4, 1 and -2, 0. So now I'm going to label these x1, y1, x2, y2. And I'm going to substitute these numbers into this formula. So y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. So 0 minus 1 is -1. -2 minus -4. A negative and a negative is positive. So now we have -2 plus 4. So that is +2. So it looks like my slope is -1/2. So my slope is -1/2. And then everything else comes down. Y equals -1/2 x minus 1. And does that look to be true? It does. It looks like this line is going down, which is negative. It crosses our y-intercept at -1, and my slope is -1, 2. Down 1 over 2. Down 1 over 2. So we have just written the linear function of this line using this graph. Okay, you may need to watch this video a couple of times, but you guys have done this before. It should be a good review. Good luck. May the force be with you, and I will see you tomorrow.